Okay, welcome Mustangs to the 2019 summer workout. You should have received an email that kind of introduces you to a couple of things. The email itself talks a little bit about preseason. That begins on August 7th. It's a Wednesday. Some of you internationals will be coming in, and maybe the Flyers from California. A couple other places will be coming in a day or two before that, and we'll work those details out with you. The second paragraph is for incoming new students. It talks about your dashboard and the checklist of things that you have to do with Play NAI and housing and a bunch of different things. We can go through that in detail with you individually as well. And then the third thing is about the summer workout, which we will detail for you in this video. So the summer workout is in two attachments at the top of the email, or at the bottom, or whichever way you're receiving it. The first page is just an explanation of the workout itself. It's got a little bit more detail about, in written form, what the two parts of the workout are, and then it gives you a couple of workout options here that you can see. You can work on a 4-day split or a 6-day split, and it's got some instructions at the bottom about how you can reach us during the summer and how to get on the WhatsApp thing and all that. And then the second piece is your workout calendar that you can use to track your progress throughout the summer. It's something that we're going to want to receive from you when you come for preseason. Okay, this is a super simple summer workout. It's only got two pieces to it. They're difficult. It's not easy, but it's simple. There's only two things you need to worry about. The first one is the sprint work. What Pedro is going to demonstrate is how we do sprint work. This is a simulated soccer field. He's running across the width of it. For him, it's 61 yards. We'll explain that here in a minute. For the women, it's 53 yards. What he's doing is he's using his phone as a timer, and I'll explain the times here in a minute. What he does is on his own time, he'll sprint across the field. It just should take under 10 seconds, and when he gets across to the other side, he remains there for the remainder of the 30-second clock that he's on right now, and as soon as he's ready, he'll sprint back across. He'll go as fast as he can. He's just simulating that right now, and at the end of each sprint, he uses the remainder of his clock to rest. As soon as it comes to the bottom of the minute again, he'll sprint across. At the other end, he'll wait again. And again, we're simulating this time, but as soon as it comes to the bottom of the minute again, he'll come across. I'll show you the details here in a minute, and he's going to do this for 10 minutes. He's just completed simulating 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to explain to you what Pedro just did. He ran on a simulated soccer field. He ran 61 yards across part of the soccer field. Basically, it's a football field here at Morningside. He ran 61 yards across, waited at the other end, and then ran 61 yards back. And he would do that in the beginning of the summer for 10 minutes, 2 sprints per minute. As it shows here, men, you're running 61 yards or 55.75 meters for you internationals, and the women are running 53 yards or 48.5 meters for the international students. Just mark that out either on a field at home or a park or some area where you can get that distance, and then that's an easy course that you can run. As we're showing here, in the beginning of the summer, you're going to start on a 10-minute time on a 30-second clock. So he's running a sprint every 30 seconds at the 0 and the 30 of each minute. So he sprints across at 0 in under 10 seconds, and he rests at the far end for just the remainder, maybe more than 20 seconds. Then he sprints back at the 30 of each minute in under 10 seconds, and he rests at the near end again for maybe a little bit more than 20 seconds. And he'll repeat this over and over, up to 10 minutes or 11 or 12 or 15 or whatever he's trying to get to. Your goal over the course of the summer is to incrementally add the number of sprints or time, maybe 30 seconds at a time, starting at 10 minutes on a 30-second clock and working your way through a 10 to 15 minute limit on a 25-second clock. Your ultimate goal is to be at 15 minutes on a 20-second clock by the end of the summer. So you're starting on a 10-minute clock, 10 minutes on a 30-second clock, that's 20 sprints, and you're ending the summer on a 45 sprints with half the rest. We will test this in the preseason. All right, so to explain further explain what I just went over in terms of your timing. Stage 1, and you go through these stages at your own pace. Stage 1, you start on a 30-second clock. Sprint at the 0 and 30 of every minute, and you're running about 10 sprints, or you're running exactly 10 sprints for every 5 minutes you run. So you're starting at 20 minutes, or 20 sprints in 10 minutes, and if you add a minute, you're adding 2 sprints. If you add 30 seconds, you're adding 1 sprint. It's up to you to work yourself to where you cut your rest time down on a 25-second clock. You can take a picture of this if you want to at some point, and you're going to have this in your hand as well, and you're going to run. The 25-second clock is a little bit complicated. It just means you have to run at the 0, the 25, the 50, the 115, and so on, and you'll end up running 12 sprints every 5 minutes instead of 10 sprints every 5 minutes. You're cutting down your rest time. You're taxing your aerobic system and your anaerobic system a little bit more in stage 2. You're going to work your way through this stage, on your own pace, and eventually you're going to get to a 20-second clock when your body is ready. At that stage, you will sprint at every 0, 20, and 40 of every minute, and you'll be running 15 sprints for every 5 minutes. Your goal is, again, to get more and more able to recover as you go through the summer. We will test you when you get here in the pre-season. How far can you get on this clock? When do you drop out? How long can you go? And we'll be able to compare you to the rest of your teammates in the sprint work. Okay, and the only other exercise you're doing is a burpee Tabata. It's very difficult, but we want you to work up to it over the course of your summer. Both this video and the letter will explain a little bit about what Tabata is, and you have a link to Tabata music, which Pedro is going to use to guide him through the workout so he doesn't have to keep looking at a watch or a clock. We're going to concentrate on form here. First, we'll show you the burpee itself. What we want is for everything to be a little bit slower. This is before you even touch your music. Everything's going to be a little bit slower. Form is very important. So when Pedro begins, he's looking to keep his head up and his butt down, and everything moving together. It's a hand release push-up, back to 4 on the floor, and up, and immediately right back into his burpee. He's going super slow right now to show you the form, but he is making everything one motion. If you need to look at this a few times, he's doing a great job right now of keeping everything focused and not trying to go too fast and getting sloppy. We want good work on your legs, the squat part. We want the push-up not to be a cheap push-up, and we want everything to be one motion as he's doing. Okay, that's good, Pedro. There's some variations that you can use to get yourself to the point where you're king or queen of these things, okay? So maybe you're not a pro at this right away, so Pedro's going to show a couple of variations. So if he's still working his way in, what he's going to do, if he can't quite do as many push-ups as he wants, on the push-up portion of this, he can put his knees down, do the hand release push-up, still do the rest of the Tabata this way, his burpees as many as he can. Let's say he can only do 3 or 4 of these in the 20 seconds. Now he's going super slow right now. You might be this slow in the beginning. You might be a little bit faster. Really work on the powering out of your legs and keeping your form. All right, so let's just say he's finished his 20 seconds. Now he has a 10-second rest, but he's beat. He can't do another set of burpees right away. He can throw in a set of ab work. So when the music starts again, he is now going to do 20 seconds of something. V-ups, it looks like. So he's chosen V-ups, and he's going to do 20 seconds of that. And when the music stops again, then he will take his 10 seconds of rest and then do a set of burpees. Okay, so Pedro just showed us the form and the structure of the Tabata. We want things to go slower, speed up after you've learned the movement. We want your head up and your butt down. We want 4 on the floor on both the beginning and end of the movement. That means both feet and both hands are touching the ground at the same time. We want a hand release push-up. We want your power jump and your cushion landing to be one motion. One feeds into the next. So you're starting with an 8-minute Tabata on the music that we link you to. It's already programmed to play music for 20 seconds and to be off for 10 seconds. 8 minutes gives you 16 sets. You're trying to work over the summer toward 12 minutes on a 20-second, 10-second off clock. That'll be 24 sets. Start slower. Maybe do fewer burpees in each 20-second round. You can alternate with abs if you need to, like Pedro just showed, if you can't catch your breath, and then go back and forth between burpees, abs, or 6 sets of burpees and then you got to throw an ab in or something like that and work your way up. Slowly add burpees per 20-second round. So let's say you can only do three or four in the beginning, maybe you're doing 5 or 6 by the end. Incrementally add rounds as you progress through the summer. So you're starting at 8 minutes, go to 8 minutes and 30, go to 9 minutes, go to 9 minutes and 30 as you're able. The goal is to get to 12 minutes, 24 sets, with women doing 4 burpees per 20-second round and the men doing 5 burpees per 20-second round. I'm not looking for you to be a speed demon here. I'm looking for you to have good form and work your muscles as much as you're working your aerobic and anaerobic system. We will test this in the preseason and as we go through the regular season. Okay, that's it. 2 activities. Super simple. Don't confuse the word simple and easy. It's very difficult. If you really master these 2 things, you should be ready for preseason. Now, there's a lot of other things you can do. In your letter, the attachment that's coming to you right here, down below at the bottom, it'll tell you. You can do other things that you want. You can throw in 1v1s and ball work and practicing with your club team and lifting weights at the gym and swimming and distance running, anything that you want. There's a couple of different options to look for in terms of your weekly structure. You can do this 4 times a week, so basically 2 days of sprints and 2 days of power Tabatas, and then the other 2 days can be ball work or weightlifting or whatever, and then you can have 1 day off, or you can do this 6 days a week, 3 days of sprints, 3 days of power, and have 1 day off per week. It's up to you how you want to structure it. You just need to get yourself ready to be here. We trust you to know that you've played enough soccer to know kind of where you need to be fitness-wise, but for you new players, it's going to be a little bit of an eye-opener that everybody here is capable. Okay, so just make yourself as ready as you possibly can. And then in the last paragraph, it says that more information will follow. Pay attention to your email. BJ will try to text you through WhatsApp each time we send out an email update so that you can check your email and not miss something. Make sure that you, as it details in this letter, make sure that you download the WhatsApp app and get yourself into our group. Text BJ, and then BJ will get you into that group. I wish you all the best this summer. We have got great recruiting classes and great recruiting group, returning groups on each side. I think we're going to have a great year. Really looking forward to it. Have a great summer, but work hard. See you on August 7th.